Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit LIONS fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. What we're seeing right now is nothing short of a seismic shift in the NFC North, and it's all centered around the Detroit Lions. The Lions, currently sitting pretty with a 6-2 record, are making some bold moves that could set the tone for their entire season and beyond. We all know how competitive this division has become, especially with teams like the Packers, Vikings, and Bears all trying to find their footing. But the Lions, under Dan Campbell's leadership and with Jared Goff playing at a high level, are positioning themselves not just as contenders, but as potential favorites to make a deep playoff run. One of the most intriguing moves recently was the Lions' trade acquisition of Anfernee Jennings from the New England Patriots. And folks, this isn't just any trade. It's a strategic move that could have long-term implications for Detroit's defense and their push towards the Super Bowl. The Lions sent a conditional third-round pick in the 2026 draft to the Patriots in exchange for Jennings, who, despite being a young player, has already shown flashes of brilliance and potential. This isn't just a depth move. It's a statement that Detroit is serious about bolstering their pass rush and creating a more disruptive front seven. Jennings, as many of you may know, is a player who's been on the rise. He's an emerging Pro Bowler candidate for 2025, and his stats back up his impact. Last season, he recorded 35 solo tackles, 6 sacks, and 14 quarterback hits. That's not just filler, it's production. On top of that, his career numbers are pretty impressive. Over 300 tackles, 28 sacks, 70 QB hits, and 42 tackles for loss. His pressures per game and run defense grades show he's not just a situational player, he's a consistent threat. His internal strength, with a grade of 81.5, complements Aiden Hutchinson 78.2, creating a formidable duo on the edges. This pairing could boost Detroit's sack total by more than 20, which is a huge boost for their overall defensive strategy. But why the urgency now? Well, injuries have hit the Lions' pass rush rotation, and that's a concern. Adding Jennings helps mitigate that issue, especially since he's proven to be durable with a clean slate in 2025, having played all 8 games this season. The Lions are clearly prioritizing their pass rush because, in today's NFL, disrupting the quarterback is everything. And with Jared Goff playing at a 92.1 passer rating, he benefits tremendously from a strong pass rush that can keep the pressure on opposing quarterbacks and force turnovers. Meanwhile, the Patriots are in a rebuild mode after a disappointing start to the season, sitting at 1-7. They're unloading assets, freeing up cap space, about $8 million, to perhaps target free agents or draft picks that fit their rebuilding plan. The Patriots' cap situation is now more flexible by around $18 million, giving them room to maneuver in free agency. And they've also traded away some of their high-value players, including Jennings, in a bid to reset. Now let's take a moment to understand the significance of this trade for the Lions, defense, and overall team dynamics. The front seven, especially with Jennings and Hutchinson, could become a nightmare for offenses. Their combined sack projection now exceeds 20 sacks, and that's just the beginning. This duo not only adds pressure but also increases the versatility of Detroit's front, making it harder for offenses to game plan against them. Their combined presence on the line is expected to elevate the pressure on the quarterback on third downs, pushing the success rate of stops to around 60%, up from the current 55%. That's a game changer because the Lions have been solid on third down, but this upgrade makes them even more lethal in key moments. Another aspect that's often overlooked is run defense. With Jennings and Hutchinson, Detroit's ability to contain the run improves significantly. Last season, the Lions allowed around 110 rushing yards per game against teams like the Packers. Now, with Jennings' added strength and pass rush capabilities, they're projected to reduce that number to around 90 yards per game. That's a big step forward, especially considering how much the Packers rely on heavy rushing schemes and play-action passes. And speaking of the Packers, they're currently 5-3 and heavily reliant on their rushing attack, with a PFF grade of 75 for their run blocking. The Lions' improved run defense could be a critical factor when they face divisional rivals later this season. The impact extends beyond just the sack numbers. It influences turnovers, possession time, and the overall rhythm of the game. The Lions, with their upgraded front, are expected to generate around 4 more turnovers this season, which can be the difference in close games. The secondary also benefits from a more aggressive pass rush, gaining extra coverage time and reducing the opposing quarterback's options, leading to more incompletions and interceptions. On the offensive side, Jared Goff's 92. One rating is a testament to the stability he's brought to Detroit's passing game. His connection with Amon-Ra St. Brown has been a revelation, with big plays increasing by about 15% this season. The Lions' offensive line, generally solid, now gets an extra boost as the defense creates more opportunities for Goff to operate without constant pressure. This balanced approach makes Detroit not just a team that relies on a strong defense or a high-powered offense, but a well-rounded squad capable of adapting to any situation. Looking at the bigger picture, the Lions' move to bolster their pass rush with Jennings is reminiscent of the impact Judon had with the Patriots back in 2022. Judon's pressure stats helped elevate New England's defense significantly, boosting their overall ranking and making them a more dangerous playoff team. If Jennings can replicate even half of that impact, Detroit's chances of reaching the Super Bowl increase dramatically. Their odds have already improved, moving from +600 to +400, and they're now considered serious contenders, especially with the NFC landscape shifting. In terms of playoff potential, the Lions are developing into a team that can truly challenge the Eagles or the 49ers, especially with their run game and defensive upgrades. Jennings and Hutchinson together could create chaos in the playoffs, forcing turnovers and disrupting the timing of offenses. The combination of a versatile pass rush and solid run defense makes them a nightmare scenario for any opponent. The addition of Jennings also offers a flexible player who can be deployed in various situations, adding depth and resilience to Detroit's defensive front. Now, let's not forget the historical context here. The Lions have been knocking on the door of playoff success for years, but consistency has eluded them. With this recent move, they're signaling that they're not just content to compete, they want to dominate. The team's culture under Dan Campbell has been all about resilience, grit, and pushing through adversity, and this trade aligns perfectly with that philosophy. They're investing in their future, building a defense that can sustain success over multiple seasons, not just a flash-in-the-pan playoff appearance. Looking ahead, the key matchups will be the Lions' ability to contain the run and pressure the quarterback consistently. Their upcoming games against divisional rivals will be critical in defining their playoff seeding and potential. If they can maintain this momentum and continue to improve their front seven, especially with Jennings added into the fold, they could very well be the team to beat in the NFC. The NFC is wide open, and Detroit's new defensive weaponry might just give them the edge they need to make that final push towards Super Bowl LVII. So fans, what do you think about this move? Do you believe Jennings can be the difference maker for Detroit? Are you excited about the team's potential with this new addition? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. This is a game-changing move, and it's clear that the Lions are serious about making a deep playoff run and chasing that elusive Super Bowl title. Stay tuned, because there's more news coming, and we'll keep you updated on everything happening in Motor City. Remember, this team isn't just about talent. It's about strategy, grit, and a relentless pursuit of greatness. And with this trade, they're sending a loud and clear message that they're here to stay and to contend. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Detroit Lions. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Lions.